Hey guys, it's Nesta. We're back with another house tour. Today we're at the Address Jumeirah Beach Resort, a 5-star hotel renowned for its luxury living and experience. With the influx of people from all around the world moving to Dubai, the ultra luxury you usually expect from these massive mansions is now expected even in residential living. The home, designed and built by Ambra and renovated from its luxury shell and core into something only seen in these ultra luxury villas and mega mansions. Also, as a special treat, we'll be taking you through some of the exclusive amenities that come along with living in this 5-star resort. So without further ado, let's begin the tour. So we'll start the tour arriving at the hotel, although you do have this beautiful Motorcourt that has this cobbled driveway, which you have access to both Tower 1 and Tower 2 of the residential living. In the center of the Motorcourt, beautiful sculpture, surrounded by water and with all the landscaping around, and even looking at the details of the exterior of the lobby, it really gives that luxury feeling as you enter the building. And of course, once you look up, that impressive structure of the JBR residence is stunning. As you arrive, you're greeted by the valet service, which takes you into the hotel, and throughout the day you'll see supercars just coming in and out. Today is a Sunday, so it's a pretty quiet day, and we're lucky to be able to tour this whole area. Now we'll go in through the revolving doors and we arrive into the lobby, and it's super impressive. Those huge ceilings above and so many little design features. Now above us, this chandelier stretches all the way across the room. You look at the ceiling, huge panels above with recessed lighting, something you would find in a luxury villa. There's a lovely lobby area with a small cafe at the back, decorated so nicely with natural trees and the view of the sea in the background. Now either side, you've got the reception area to the Tower 1 and the reception area to the Tower 2. What we're going to do from here is we're going to head out to the terrace and towards the pool of the hotel. Now out on the terrace, there's the seating which is connected to the cafe, and of course this beautiful water feature, Arabic Mashrabiya sculpture in the center, which kind of highlights the Ain Dubai in the background, the tallest Ferris wheel in the world. And if you look at the water, it reflects the reflection of the Ain Dubai. You also see the JBR Beach, which is one of the new hotspots of Dubai. Throughout the day, you'll see people water skiing, jet skiing. It really creates this amazing vibe. Kind of feels like Miami's got that metropolitan skyscrapers in behind you, right next to the beach. It feels like a juxtaposition, but it goes so well together. Now from here, we can go directly down to the pool. And I want to take you down the staircase because it has such a cool feature. As we go down, the waterfall edge from the water feature flows down those walls. At the bottom of the waterfall staircase, there's another level which has a restaurant called Farina, an Italian restaurant. I want to take you with me just so you can see that whole experience going down to the pool. Now on the ground level, we start to feel those beach vibes, the music coming from the pool area itself. At the bottom of the final staircase, there's also the kids pool. Now that arrival as well, you've got sculptures on the side, beautiful modern seating, and with an extension of the Farina restaurant down on the ground level. Now from here, we can go directly to the pool and the beach. You go over these stepping stones which are surrounded by water, and just looking all around us, the landscaping, the greenery, making this space feel like paradise. There's also 2 levels to the pool, one right next to the beach and one raised just above there. Now, we're going to keep everyone's privacy, not go too much detail into the pool. I'm going to take you directly out to the beach. And as soon as we step outside, those views open up and those amazing attractions feel so close. And now you can see that kind of Miami vibe I was talking about. And as we turn around, the marvel of the JBR building is just so impressive. Now we've finished all the outdoor amenities, let's head inside and we'll start touring the indoor amenities. Now the gym and spa is on the 75th floor, nearly at the top of the tower. At the top is one of the most well-renowned infinity pools, which hopefully we'll get to show you. We'll try a little bit later on. Now, as we move along, you'll see they've used so many textures. This is a luxury hotel. The walls have been lined in this chevron linen wallpaper, along with leather, with metal trim, just to kind of accentuate those different textures. Beautiful art details on the side, which act as a small bench as well. Now, as we come into the spa, you start to hear that spa music, those beautiful smells of chamomile and lavender, already giving you that sense of peace. Even in here, those details like the metal shelving on the side is something you would find in a luxury home. Now, you have a female and a male spa, both equipped with a sauna, a steam room, and a hammam. But we'll head through this way first. We're going to head directly into the gym. Now, you'll see these honeycomb details, just like we have on the corridor which leads towards the gym area. At the end of the corridor, before the reception area, there's a small little cafe called the Matcha Motor, which serves obviously matcha, coffees, smoothies, everything you need to rejuvenate after being in the gym. Small bar area at the front and seating on the side. Now we'll head through the reception area into the gym itself. Now the gym comes fully equipped with state-of-the-art techno gym equipment. There's even a small bar with towels, everything that you need for the gym. You also have a dance studio at the back, which is now equipped for Pilates. Obviously, the running machines are placed right next to one of the most incredible views I've ever seen from a gym. In here, the design has that rustic kind of dark earthy theme. You've got the wooden floors throughout, wooden beams on top, and even if you look at the mirror above, there's also that honeycomb design. What an incredible gym. Now, from here, we'll head back to the residential lobby area and we're going to start exploring the house. But before we get to the lobby, we're going to show you quickly the Zeta 77 Infinity Pool, one of the most well-known infinity pools with one of the most incredible views. I can't believe we're up here right now. I don't know if you've seen the video. This is where the Red Bull team, they wake surfed on this and flew off and parachuted down. That was an incredible video. Obviously, I'm not going to do that, but just wanted to show you the experience of being up here. Now, finally, let's head back to the residential lobby and we'll start exploring the apartment. Now we're back at the entrance to the residences, right next to the entrance to the lobby where we started off the tour. You can see there the beach residences by Address. We've got a nice little seating area outside and a revolving door entering into the lobby. Now, while we're here, I want to leave the price and the specs of the home in the bottom corners while we take a look around. Now, it's different to the main entrance of the lobby, but you still see those high quality materials like the marble on the floors, stone on the walls with elegant seating all dotted around, with the entrance to the powder rooms right around the corner. Right by the reception is the elevators where we're going to take them up. And now we finally step into the apartment and immediately we feel this transition from the luxury of the hotel into the ultra luxury. And that's just from the materials that we see in the foyer, which have been used throughout the entire apartment. Like you'll see the travertine floors, which run throughout most of the main areas, combined with the wood on the walls, the metal finishings and marble, along with leather. These are all natural materials that have been used and which elevate this home onto that next level. You'll see that textured fabric lining the walls here, combined with the travertine at the back, even on the front door. Also on the entry, there are these push to open cupboards with recessed lighting inside. But the wow factor in here is this light fixture where it's surrounded in glass and connected to the primary bedroom. And from here, we get a glimpse of the view onto the marina from the great room and the Palm Jumeirah through the primary bedroom. Now, this home was gut down to its shell and core. The layout was totally different. So along the way, I'm going to point out what they've changed so you can see what a massive difference it is. For example, the primary bedroom used to be the dining room and kitchen, which is crazy to think about. But let's head over to this side of the home first. We'll go to the first two guest bedrooms, but along the way, there's this wooden clad wall. Beautiful art piece mounted on it, but it's actually hanging from the ceiling from these wires. Either side, two light fixtures made out of marble. You can see that light really shows those veins in that marble. But I want to show you a really nice design detail that Ambra have used just to elevate this simple wood clad wall. For example, if you look at the wood, the grains go vertically, but what they've done is they've introduced this horizontal panel just to give it a bit of depth, a dimension, and to break it up. This is something that's used in these ultra luxury homes just to make it feel like its very own space. And especially with that seat below, it looks like something out of Architectural Digest. Now continue with me, we'll head into the first guest bedroom, which also has textured fabric on the exterior. And as soon as we step inside, you'll see the wooden floors throughout, which add this warmer touch you expect from a bedroom. On the side wall, there's another art piece hanging down from the ceiling on these invisible wires with a small little vanity area here in the corner right next to this incredible view at the back through these huge windows, which is really the first thing that catches your eye as you come in here. And we're looking onto the marina, but you just get a quick glimpse of it. You'll see the boats down there, the huge high-rise buildings, but I'll talk a lot more about that as we tour the kitchen, which has the best view of it. In the bedroom at the back, you got the bed setup, a beautiful leather bed frame with bits of textured fabric on that headboard. What I love above is this highlight wall with a combination of travertine and textured fabric, but that travertine has been indented, and with these recessed lights here in behind, it really kind of brings to the front those beautiful veins. Now, if we look at the back, there's an open shelving design, push to open, drawers underneath lined with wood. And if you just look at the travertine shelves, so all the travertine that they've used in the home, this is the thickness of it. Now, usually in some of these homes, you see it, they probably use like 5 to 10 millimeters of it. And when you knock on it, you can hear in those homes how it's like kind of hollow. This, it feels solid. So they've used all the top quality materials. And you'll see how they've introduced the metal finish in between those shelves. Really nice detail. Now follow me outside to the corridor. Along the way, I'll show you, we've got these touchpads you'll see all around the room. Now this is a smart home. So from here, you can control the shears, the blinds, the lights, the AC, and it has another really cool feature. So the lights, they can follow you. You'll see that in other homes, but also the speakers, once they play sound or any music, as you're walking around the home, it follows you around so that sound is always above you and not blaring throughout the rest of the home, which I thought was a really cool detail. Now, outside of the next guest bedroom, firstly, there's some storage cabinets right here with the washer inside. You've also got an ensuite bathroom, which is shared by these two guest bedrooms. We step inside. On the side, there's the floating vanity. On top, there is the arabiscato or robico marble on top. And below, there's the push to open drawers, which have the metal finish on the exterior. You'll see that combination of metal and marble throughout the rest of the home. Got the custom built sink, top of the line Jessie sanitary. You'll see those beautiful textured ribs on the exterior. Huge mirror above, you can even open it inside. There's some storage with the glamour lights built in. Now mounted on the travertine walls, you have these same marble light fixtures like we saw in the hallway on the entry with the water closet at the back. And right in the corner is the walk-in shower, also wrapped in travertine. You'll see the rain head mounted on the ceiling above, also made by Jessie. Now right next to it is the entrance to the second guest bedroom, which again has the oak wooden floors throughout, giving it a warmer touch. Art piece on the entry with this dual level countertop underneath. First you've got the wooden block and the metal finished shelves mounted on top. Now you see that wood, there's a bit of a darker theme in this room than we saw in the first guest bedroom. We've got a wood clad wall in behind, light fixtures hanging down from the ceiling with the bed setup underneath. Textured fabric on the headboard, which matches the textured fabric on the exterior of the closets. These are push to open, so it has that clean look. It looks like a textured clad wall. You open it up, that recessed lighting turns on as well. Now let's head across the foyer into the primary bedroom. Now we usually tour the bedrooms at the end of the video, but this time we're saving the great room, the pièce de résistance, for last. Now follow me inside. Again, you'll see that transition onto wooden floors, but there's so much space in here. Usually this was a dining room, if you can imagine it, with a kitchen where you'll see the ensuite bathroom in just a second. But they've transformed it into the bedroom because the main views, although this one has an incredible one onto the Palm Jumeirah, the main views is for the main living areas. Now let's explore the bedroom. Now in here they've used all those different materials that we've been seeing throughout the foyer and the first guest bedrooms. First we've got the textured fabric on the push to open cabinets at the back, and the custom made TV wall has all those earthy dark tones which contrast against the light tones of the travertine. You'll see the travertine panel like it's floating against that wood cladding in behind. TV mounted on that travertine, and below there's a combination now of marble and champagne metal finish drawers. I mean, what a beautiful design. Now opposite that is the bed setup. Nubuck leather bed frame. I love how they got this stitching, creating this beautiful design, and with this custom headboard in the back, they've again used all those different materials, all those natural materials like the travertine on either side and the travertine in the center, but this time it has been cut with water jets, which is extremely difficult to do, and framed with the wood that we've been seeing. Now this is all mounted on this leather paneled wall, and that leather continues even over the AC grate. But one of the best things about this room is the view in the back. And of course you have your very own little terrace. And let's head out here just so you can experience this view together. We've seen most of it from downstairs, but from up here we get this different perspective, this bird's eye view from all these incredible attractions. I mean, the Ain Dubai right there, it feels like it's within reaching distance. Obviously there's the Blue Waters Island down there, like we saw from downstairs, and just with this skyline, it's kind of a combination of New York and Miami vibes, especially when you look out. I mean, that Palm Jumeirah over there with the Atlantis Royal and Atlantis is the definition of ultra luxury. Dubai, since COVID, has been growing at an exponential rate. I mean, it's now nearly over 4 million residents in Dubai, with nearly 200,000 coming in just the first part of 2025. And there's people coming from all over, like New York, London, Paris, and they expect this ultra luxury. And you can see now why some companies are incorporating it into these smaller residential style apartments, which is, I think, a great thing to see. Now, on the other side is the ensuite bathroom. There's these dual glass sliding doors on the entry. You'll see the leather details on the handles, which is a really nice touch. We come inside and there's so much space here for an ensuite bathroom. If you can imagine, this is what the old kitchen used to be with the service quarters at the back. But as we come in, the first thing that catches your eye is this standalone bathtub at the back. And there's so many details here. This whole thing feels like its very own art piece. Firstly, you've got the bathtub mounted on this floating travertine platform. It's not actually floating, it just has that recessed lighting underneath to give it that effect. Obviously the Jessie sanitary coming out and the walls covered in travertine, but they've added this rib design here just to give it a little bit of texture. And with that chandelier hanging down, it really is a showpiece in here. At the back, there's some small cabinets, and you'll see how that travertine from the walls has transitioned into wood, giving it a little bit of contrast. Now on the other side is the dual floating vanity made out of the same marble that we saw in the other bathroom. You've got two inbuilt sinks, Jessie sanitary above with the push to open drawers underneath. You'll even see in the travertine wall how they've hidden the push to open electrical cupboard, which I thought was a really nice detail. Above, there's this huge mirror here with glamour lights built in, and it opens up to some storage inside. Now, as we head further into the bathroom, you've got one wall now covered with mirrors, which makes the space feel a lot wider. Light fixtures mounted on the travertine wall. You'll see this water jet cut indentation here just to give it a little bit of kind of texture along that wall. At the back is the walk-in shower, enclosed in glass, beautiful metal finish on handles, which matches the finishing on the rain head above, made by Jesse. There's a combination of marble and travertine in here, which marry so well together. And if you look at the custom shampoo niche on the side, I love how they've extended these pieces just to give it a little bit of extra depth. At the bottom, we don't usually show you water closets, but I just want to show you here at the back, even above the water closet, there's this book-matched marble piece with the recessed lighting in behind. It feels like a showpiece by itself. And of course, there's the pocket door. So you get that bit of privacy made out of that dark wood. Now, follow me now. We're going to head back to the foyer. I want you to come with me just so you can get a little bit of feel of the apartment. You come into the bedroom area, back into the foyer. And if you see with this glass covering this chandelier hanging down, it really makes this whole entry space feel super open. Now, at the back here is a mirror right next to the entrance to the powder room. Textured fabric on the exterior. As we come in, there's a vanity made out of a solid block, but they've introduced these lines here cut out of water jets. And if we look just in the sink, it's curved. Now, curve is a really important theme. You'll see a lot of the design in the home is made out of curves, and that's because this whole apartment is in a U shape. So they've continued that in the design of the apartment. Of course, the powder room has the travertine on the walls, contrasted by that dark wood. But follow me now, we'll head towards the main spaces. We go through this corridor, but what I love is how they've elevated even just the corridor spaces. For example, here, this feels like its very own art piece. They've combined, again, the travertine with the marble underneath, beautiful sculpture above. And you'll see those curves on this metal finish wall. Now, this is a metal finish wall. They use a special paint, and if you look closely, you can see how they've added those streaks, and that's a really difficult technique to do. If you didn't do that, this wall would look just like plastic. Now, as we head further down, there's a mirror which extends this space even further, but as we step into the main area of the home, everything opens up. I mean, I've got goosebumps right now with the view in the back. This is exactly what you expect in an ultra luxury apartment, this kind of arrival into those main spaces. Now, the first thing that catches your eye, of course, is that view in the back. You've got the marina, and as I spoke about, the Palm Jumeirah in the back. But the next thing you notice is that elevated design, those beautiful color tones, those natural textures and materials, and so many details which I want to take you through. But first, I want to take you into the kitchen, and we'll finish up in here so you can see that view at the end. Now, as we step into the kitchen, you'll see they've clad the ceilings in wood with different textures and in different levels. So first, it adds a bit of depth and that modern kind of contemporary aesthetic, but still keeps it really warm like you would in your very own home. Of course, this would be your very own home. But as we step in, you'll see on this wall here, they've had that metal finish, and integrated into it, they've put a fridge and dual freezer combo underneath with the dishwasher right here. But the next thing you notice is that stunning grey onyx marble they've used both on the island and the kitchenette at the back, which has a floating countertop, inbuilt sink, and even the backsplash has that grey onyx marble. Just check out those stunning veins and the combination of colors. I mean, they say it's grey onyx, but I see those tints of green, beautiful. You'll see the cabinets above, glass on the exterior with the champagne metal trim around. And even check out this Nespresso machine. So this is not an ordinary espresso machine. This is a collaboration with Gio Bagnana, and all the leather items and decorations you'll see in the home are made by Gio Bagnana, and they're one of the top Italian leather producers. Now, all the fixed appliances are Miele, so you've got the convection oven, microwave with storage all around, and you'll even notice some more Gio Bagnana leather items placed on this cabinet here at the back. You open it up, you can put your chocolates in here. Now, built into the island is the induction cooktop, also made by Miele. So the extraction fan in the center of it. But I just wanted to look at all the details of this marble island. There's so many little details. If you look, the countertop on top has this indented detail which makes it feel like it's floating above, and even below there's a recessed detail so it feels like it's floating above the travertine. The drawers have the marble on the exterior. You open it up, it's lined with leather. And if you check out here, Ambra really thinks about all the little details because they are a fully fit out company. They've got a Villeroy et Boch cutlery set which comes with the sale of the apartment. Now, attached to the bottom of the island is a cantilevered circular wooden countertop which acts as a breakfast bar with these two flex form chairs at the back, super high quality leather. You'll also notice details how they've matched that ribbed design from the wooden ceiling onto this L-shaped travertine wall here. Now this is actually a load-bearing wall, but they've covered it with the travertine so it looks even better, and you'll see just on the side the thickness of it. They haven't compromised on any of the little details. At the back also you've got that ribbed wood along with more cabinets. See that champagne trim around the edge of those glass doors. And of course, I mean, what a spot to have your kitchen. Cooking from here, looking onto this incredible view. I mean, this has got to be a dream. Now follow me into the main space of the home. You'll also see a touchpad here. There's also one on the entrance. Now this one controls the entire home. You can do all the rooms, control all the curtains and blinds. As I said, this is fully a smart home. Now we'll head into the main space again. We'll go directly towards the dining area and finish up in the living room because that is the best spot to chill. Now in the dining area, you've got the dining table, which seats 10. Even the dining table has that combination of those natural materials, marble countertop above, metal finish on the legs, and a stunning chandelier above. Now if you look at the back wall, also great design. You'll see they've combined those metal finish materials with the wood details, beautiful art feature above. And in between the metal finish trims, you'll see the same marble that we saw in the kitchen area. And if you just check it out, they've even dressed it with Poltrona Frau glassware, just like we have on the dining table. Now this is a really well-known Italian brand which have so many different products, and part of their glassware, we read about it, they use old Venetian techniques to make it. It's handcrafted and they blow them with their mouths, although that sounds a little bit, it's mouth blown. I don't know if that sounds better, but yeah, it's a really old Venetian technique and super high quality. Now, as we look at the back here, you'll see in more detail how I told you about how they've broken up the grains of the wood. You'll see the vertical ones going up and that panel going across really elevates just a simple wall like that. But the best thing about this dining space, like most of the areas, is the view. And with this mirror on the side, firstly, it makes this space feel larger, but from whatever angle you're sitting, if you're sitting on this side, you can see directly onto the Ain and the Palm Jumeirah. And on the other side, the mirror actually reflects that view, which I thought was incredible. You can even see a plane landing now onto the Skydive Dubai, which is where you jump over the Palm Jumeirah and skydive. It's probably my dream to do that, and hopefully this year, once my injury goes away, I'll be checking that off the list. And if you follow us on Instagram, you might be able to see it as well. Now this has now transitioned into the living area, although this is all one big open space, but in a similar design. They've used all the top materials. Firstly, you'll see a Molteni seating wrapping all the way around with 2 seats at the back. A fishing line floss light. I call it a fishing line. It's not a fishing line. It just has that look. But beautiful design, especially at night. It really adds soft lighting to these dual coffee tables in the center. One made out of marble, one made out of a black gloss reflective material, and they work really well and contrast against each other. Of course, I mean that view in the back, you've got the full skyline, and from here, it's a little bit hazy right now, but from here you can also see the Burj Khalifa right in the back. I mean, just incredible. But if you don't want to take full advantage of the view, you can look onto your custom-made TV wall, and here they've utilized all the different materials that we've been seeing throughout the whole home, and in a really nice way. Firstly, you've got that metal finish on the curve, and on the back is the textured fabric, which is transitioned from the ribbed wood on the ceiling, and mounted all on top of that is this huge travertine slab, which has been fully book matched And if you come around just to this side, usually you'll see these TVs recessed into this travertine, but because they've created all these different layers, they've chose to use this slim line TV just so it adds a little bit of extra depth, which I thought was a really nice detail. But what's awesome about this apartment, as I said, this was the primary bedroom before, so you had your very own terrace. It's great here because now that terrace is shared by all these spaces. So let me take you outside. We can take one final look at this incredible marvel that is Dubai. And to think, in the last 20, 30, 40 years, none of this was here. They've built this from nothing. Some of the most incredible pieces of engineering, like the tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa, a 6-star hotel, the Burj Al Arab, and even a man-made piece of land to look like a palm tree. I mean, it's just crazy to think about. They've placed iconic hotels like the Atlantis Royal, the Atlantis, and the tallest Ferris wheel in the world. There are so many attractions, and we're living in one of the most popular attractions. This is the Address JBR. This is the JBR beach, where you see people down there, they're jet skiing, you've got restaurants lining. There's something for everybody, and there's a common misconception about Dubai is that it's all about the glitz and the glam, but it's not. There's something for everybody. It just depends on the kind of lifestyle that you live. If you wanted a bit of a calmer kind of life, you've got promenades down here where you can walk over to Blue Waters Island, cafes in different communities. It's so much more peaceful. There's great schools. It all depends on the lifestyle that you wanted to live, as I just said. But I mean, it truly does take my breath away to think that I live in this amazing city. Now, unfortunately, that brings us to the end of our tour. I want to give a massive thank you to Ambra for allowing us to showcase this incredible apartment. We hope you guys enjoyed the tour as much as we enjoyed touring it for you. If you did, make sure you like the video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell icon so you know when the latest video has been released. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next tour.